Welcome back to Matt Recaps. Today I want to discuss with you my thoughts on whether you should play Xenoblade Chronicles Original or Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torn of the Golden Country before Definitive Edition comes out on May 29. If you are new to my channel, do me a solid and subscribe. Don't forget to push the notification button to catch any new content. First up, I want to say that this video is going to be completely spoiler free, so feel free to watch this knowing that I'm not going to ruin any of the story points from either of the Xenoblade Chronicles games for you. As a discussion video, I want to keep this short, sharp and punchy, so let's get into it. The question of whether you should play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or Torna before Definitive Edition comes out really is a personal choice, but I will say that if you're going to do it, now is the time to do it. There are 58 days, so if you're going to commit to playing it, get on with it. I pumped a couple of hundred hours into that game quite easily, but the main story is going to take a good 50 odd hours to play through, and Torna takes a good 10-15 hours to play through. The first point of view is that you come into this completely fresh. Don't play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, don't play Torna, and experience Xenoblade Chronicles with new eyes. Everything will surprise you and you won't be expecting any reveals. The purist in me says that this is the way to go, only due to the point that this is the way that I experienced it myself. It also means that when you play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 afterwards, the links between the two games make sense, but they also give you that oh my god sense that we all experienced when we did play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Of course, playing the original also means that you get to experience the franchise's mechanics for the first time. Battles, menu systems, questing for the very first time, and it might put you in a better stead to play the sequel afterwards. I now come into it personally from the other angle. I finished Torna back in late 2018, and probably my second playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 early 2019, but I haven't gone through Xenoblade Chronicles 1 since well before Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out. I was back in 2017. So now I get the opportunity to almost do this the other way around. And for many of you, you may have only come into the franchise with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and the Definitive Edition is going to be your entry into the original story. The battle system and the overall mechanics will be an interesting change for you, and the universe will feel familiar, yet absolutely different. I must admit, I feel a bit envious of you in this group, as I'll be coming into this playthrough knowing the story beats of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and through this I'll have Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in mind while playing it as well. If you are going to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 first, then I suggest playing Torn of the Golden Country beforehand, as the story there goes into the lore of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. A real dilemma for us of those that have played both is, what do we do with Future Connected? As announced by Nintendo recently, Future Connected will be available to play from the main menu on day one. Do we just rip into it right away? Or do we play it as intended and wait until finishing Definitive Edition to then play Future Connected? I'll probably change my mind on this many times before Definitive Edition comes out. A point to note on all of this is availability, as you may not have access to Xenoblade Chronicles Original. Unless you have a Wii or a new 3DS console, then you won't be able to play it. And I haven't even discussed Xenoblade Chronicles X, due largely to its scarcity, as you need to have access to a Wii U. While it is part of the Xenoblade Chronicles franchise, Xenoblade Chronicles X follows a completely different story point. So perhaps a way of getting around this might be to catch up on the story before XC1, or maybe after XC1. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some thoughts as to how you might be able to handle Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Please subscribe, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Tell me how are you going to handle this coming into Definitive Edition in the comments below. Really love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay safe, take care, catch you around.